here with Ollie and Willow. They're just having floor time and I had a few moments, so I thought I would do the first segment of my Q&A videos. So just a reminder, I'm doing the Q&A videos just kind of when I have time, because we are pretty busy right now renovating our house and getting it ready to put on the market. So I'm just going to answer some of the questions that have been left for us today, and I'll just kind of do these when I have a chance. So one of the things that I do want to say is I'm going to skip over repeat questions just to make this go a little bit quicker, and because we've got a lot of questions here. So the first question is from Bear Seekers 11. They want to know, how can I make my rabbit completely stop pooping outside of his litter box if neutering isn't an option? Is it possible? He's very good about it, but sometimes I find a few not in the box. Are there any suggestions? Really, if your rabbit isn't neutered, it's pretty hard to get them to use their litter box 100% of the time, because marking their territory is just a natural instinct of a rabbit. And when they still have all of those regular hormonal urges to mark their territory, then that's going to be pretty impossible to get them to do it 100% of the time. I think it's great that your rabbit is using the litter box most of the time. What I would do is just continue to put the poops into the litter box that he does outside of his litter box and disinfect that area to get any scent that he's left there off of that spot. I'll leave a link to one of our articles on the blog that has tips for litter training your rabbit. But again, one of the main tips of that mentioned in that blog is to neuter your rabbit. So I don't really have any great suggestions when your rabbit still has that natural urge to mark their territory. Lids Beauty DIYs asks, how old are all of your rabbits and guinea pigs? So Rocky is 6 years old, Ollie and Willow are 5 years old, Honey is 4 years old, and our 2 guinea pigs are just over 2 years old. Jordan Burke would like to know how I came up with my account name. So Budget Bunny was actually a blog first. I started a website a year or two before I began my YouTube channel, and it's called BudgetBunny.ca. And I just wanted everything to be easy to find, so I just named my channel Budget Bunny so people could find me on my blog or my YouTube channel. We're also now on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I think that's it. We're everywhere. Mackenzie Colopy says, how old are your bunnies, and also how are Callie's kittens? So I've already answered the first question. Callie's kittens are doing great. They're actually a year and a half old now, so they're full-grown, beautiful cats now. I see Squeaks once in a while because she does live with my dad and my stepmom, and she's really fit in with their other 2 cats, which is great. And then Moxie is also doing really well. She's a single cat, so she gets completely spoiled, and she lives with my aunt and uncle. Penelope Guinea Pig Hamster Lover asks if I will ever have kids, and will I be getting any more pets at the new house. So I'm sure Mr. Beebe and I will have children one day. And as far as getting any more pets, it's not just about the amount of pets that I have. I want all of my animals to have a great life, and with that comes a lot of time. It's a big commitment having a lot of animals, and there's a financial responsibility there as well. So I know I've mentioned that once we get settled into our new place, I would like to foster some rabbits, and that would be a great way to help some animals in need, but kind of be on a temporary basis. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not really planning on, adding oodles of new animals to my house just because we're moving to a new place. Jordan Cox says, what if you need someone to watch your rabbits when you're going away? I don't have any friends with rabbits. So it's kind of stressful to rehome your pets when you go on vacation, especially rabbits. They don't typically travel well and they can be pretty nervous in new surroundings. So if you're just going away for a week or something, I would leave them at home and then have someone come in or stay with them on a daily basis to make sure that they're doing okay. The people that look after our pets when we go away don't have rabbits. I don't actually have anyone local to me who has rabbits either. So I get family members that I can really trust with my pets to look after them. I leave them all of the important information they need, including vets and emergency clinics and my contact information of where I'm going to be when I'm away. They have to text or email me daily with updates because I do get pretty nervous when we leave the pets. And another thing you could do is check with your veterinarian to see if they recommend anyone, because there are typically house or pet sitters that you can hire, or your veterinary clinic might offer some kind of boarding as well. Um, but that's what I do. I have my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, or my mom or my aunt who all live locally that can take care of my pets when we're gone. And the other thing you can do is have the friend that is willing to look after your rabbits when you're gone over and teach them some things about your rabbits, what they like, what they don't like, what to do, not to do, all those kind of things, so you feel like they're kind of familiar with your rabbits. And then that way, the more time they spend with them, the more they get used to them, and it'll be an easier transition for them and for you when you do go on holiday. Be Terrific asks, what or who inspired you to get your first rabbit? I actually got my first rabbit on a whim, which is not what I suggest for everyone, because rabbits are complex, very social, loving animals that need a lot of time and dedication put into them, put into their care. So, um, yeah, that's kind of why I started my website and my channel, is to properly educate people and show them what a commitment they actually are. So Brittany Doig asks, can you make a house tour when you first move? I kind of plan on doing a moving vlog. That'll be on my other channel, The Little Vegan Housewife, because that channel is more dedicated to vlogs and my personal life, and Budget Bunny is more dedicated to the pets. Bear Seekers 11 wants to know if there's such a thing as a cuddly rabbit that you can pick up, hold, hug, and squeeze. So typically rabbits do not like to be picked up, and there are rabbits out there that don't mind it, like Rocky and Ollie don't really mind being picked up. Rocky will sometimes even jump into my arms if I'm sitting on the floor for a good snuggle, but typically rabbits like their feet on a solid surface. So that means either sitting on the ground and letting them approach you. You could be on a couch or a bed with your rabbit. It's just that they like to have some kind of solid surface beneath them. As far as hugging and squeezing, rabbits can't take a lot of abuse. They have a very delicate bone structure, and you could easily hurt them by, picking them up the wrong way, putting too much pressure on different areas, and you could really hurt your rabbit. So to me, a cuddly rabbit is one who is social and tame, who approaches you and wants to be with you, wants to be pet, but don't expect them to want to be picked up and held and carried around, and definitely don't squeeze or apply a lot of pressure to your rabbit. Candace Allen says, I got a bunny a couple weeks ago and the person I got it from said it's a male, but I'm beginning to think it's female. How can I be 100% sure? Take it to your rabbit savvy veterinarian, because they'll be the ones that are able to tell. Young rabbits can be particularly difficult to sex. Jordan Burke asks, what is your favorite pet? Oh, I don't have a favorite pet. The reason that we have so many different animals is simply because I love them all for different reasons. Gallop Like a Horse would like to know what I feed my bunnies. For pellets, I feed the Living World green adult rabbit food. They get unlimited farm fresh Timothy hay, and they get a variety of different vegetables on a daily basis. Craziness and Candy Can asks, what are your dogs' names? We have two golden retrievers, and their names are Genevieve and Murray. Harley Hackney would like to know how many pets we have in all. We have 14 pets. Evan Wright asks, do Rocky and Ollie get along? Rocky and Ollie don't get along, but I think they would have been a good match for one another. They both have great temperaments, but Ollie can't be neutered, so basically there's two males fighting for dominance, so it would just never work out with them. What was your first video? That was how to build a rabbit condo. How is Ollie's heart? Ollie's heart is fine. He's 5 now, so he's middle-aged, which is, the vet wasn't sure how extensive his heart problems are. Mostly what we see is he just can't, always keep up. He wants to be a little bouncier and have a little more fun than sometimes his heart will allow him to, but otherwise he's fine. How does Willow have so much patience with Ollie? Willow is a little miracle, and I don't know how I got so lucky with her, to be honest. She is just amazing with Ollie. She is spayed, so that takes out any hormones or aggression or anything like that that she could have with Ollie, but I think a lot of it is that rabbits are such social animals that they love being with their own kind. They do so much better in pairs, and Willow is just so quirky and quick, and so when Ollie does get a little bit aggressive, she just binkies and runs away, and he can't keep up because of his heart. He's just pokier and a lot more calm. He's a pretty chill rabbit. So I think even though they both have amazing loving temperaments, the contrast in their behavior is kind of what balances them out so perfectly. Extreme Colors 488 asks, when did your love for rabbits begin and how? So I always liked rabbits when I was younger. I liked all animals really, but my love for rabbits really began when I got Rocky. I had no idea how amazing these animals were, and he just taught me so much. He gave so much love. He's just such an incredible bunny that my obsession with rabbits really began with him. Beaterific asks, have you ever thought about getting another pet? I always think about different pets that I would like to own, but it's just, there's a lot of work and time and commitment that goes into owning an animal. Ellie23 Official says, what are all the backstories with your rabbits? Where did they come from? How old were they? And do you have any pictures of them when they were small? If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, then you would be able to see pictures of when the rabbits were babies, because I know I share photos of them regularly on both of those. I have photo albums on our Facebook page as well that should have them when they were young and big. Rocky was actually almost full-sized when I got him, so I don't have one of when he was really little, because I see that you say you want to see Rocky when he was just little, but that would be the place to check, would be our Facebook page or our Instagram page. Now, as far as their backgrounds, Rocky and Ollie were both from pet shops, and I'm always honest about that, even though I would rather say that they're all from shelters or rescues. But the thing is, I didn't know. All of my family and friends are cat and dog people, and no one else I know has rabbits. I had no idea that they were the third most abandoned animal at shelter. I had never seen them in a shelter. When I thought shelter, I always thought cats or dogs, and we actually didn't have a shelter at the time. Ours burnt down, which was really, really sad, about a year or so before I got Rocky, and it took years to rebuild because they do rely on donations. And basically what happened was I was shopping around Easter time, and there were all these cute, adorable rabbits, and then there was one rabbit there all on his own, and that was Rocky. He was quite large. He was pretty much full grown by the time that I got to him. And I felt so bad for him because everyone was overlooking him. He was, this full grown, mostly black rabbit. And I picked him up and just never put him down. I just fell in love with him immediately. So I brought him home. And we got Ollie less than a year later with the intention of bonding him with Rocky. We wanted Rocky to have a friend, and this is another great reason why you shouldn't go to a pet store, because look at all of the health problems I have with Ollie. I'm sure that he comes from, inbreeding and other problems. Who knows how his parents were raised or what kind of people were breeding to come, to have the health problems that Ollie does. And fortunately, after Ollie, I discovered places like Rabbit Rescue. I found out that rabbits were the third most abandoned animal in shelters. And so, although I can't take back the fact that Rocky and Ollie are from pet stores, I now know to adopt instead of shop. And that's also why I advocate that on my blog and our Facebook page and on our channel. And it's not because I'm being hypocritical, it's because I wish that I had known that the importance of rescuing. I wish that I had known it was an option for rabbits. And I absolutely love Ollie and Rocky, don't get me wrong. I can't take back the fact that I bought Rocky and Ollie from pet shops, and then I wouldn't have these two wonderful animals either. But we absolutely will only rescue from now on. And Willow was a rescue. She actually was a very small rabbit that I found. Now I don't know what her situation was, but she was being attacked under a hedge by a bird. And that's how I found her. I don't know if someone ditched their rabbit outdoors and their rabbit was pregnant. I don't know if she escaped from somewhere or someone let her go. I'm not sure. She was very tiny. She was wounded. And I brought her home, and my husband agreed that I could keep her. And Honey is a rescue as well, and she was from a pet adoption. Hannah's Pets 2 asks, what made you start YouTube? I actually started YouTube just so I could post a visual aid for my blog on how we built our rabbit condos. I had written the blog and taken pictures, but I know some people prefer to see step by step how we built things, so I had just recorded our construction of them, and I had to create an account in order to upload the video. I honestly never had any intentions of doing anything more with this channel at the time. Alright guys, so that's all I have time for today. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions, and you can look forward to part 2 coming up soon. Bye!